What up, world? It is your boy, Big Seven. I am definitely back with another one. I had a lot of people in the comments on another video saying, "Man, you need to come back. We miss you." and I just been a little busy, but God has been speaking to me. You know, He always speaks to me, but I get a little busy, and I don't want to halfway do something or half a do something. And that's what I told myself. Let me come back with a bang and not come back with a thing. Whatever that may mean. But I thank you guys for rocking with your boy. The live was living. Everybody was in that thing. I appreciate all of the people that came and stopped by and showed love and joined the good vibes that we were putting out over there on that live. And I'm thankful that you guys continue to do that. So thank you guys. Give yourself a pat on the back, all my subscribers and all the people that just stop by and check your boy out. Also, keep doing the shadow work, man. That's what we're here for, is to continue to work on ourselves, build ourselves up to the best person that we can be in life. Throw something in the Cash App if you can. Like, comment, and subscribe on the channel and the videos because it helps the algorithm. Continue to love your boy, pray for your boy, because I'm doing the same for you guys. Throw something on the short. I always get it, and I always look at it, and I always send the prayers up to my Lord and Savior. But without further ado, let's get to it. Convicted with no evidence. They convicted you with no evidence. How'd they do that? This last pickle they tried to put you in actually hurt their life in a major way. They have never recovered from it. And if you're going through it right now, the person or the people that came up against you or that are coming up against you as we speak will never recover from you leaving. There's never going to be a recovery for you leaving. You are the best thing that they have or had. And they know it. That's why you're still there. That's why they won't leave themselves. They know what you provide. There's knowing that they're never going to find another you. God is never going to put them in the same pathway as someone who's on the same level and high vibing as yourself. See, this last situation hit them so hard because they didn't expect you to look for the evidence. See, when they convicted you of the crime, they didn't expect you to actually do your own investigation. They expected you to take what they said and run with it. See, they thought that this was you before. They felt like you were gullible. So they thought that they could do anything to you. That's what they thought in their mind. They were like, I can do anything to this person. I can lie, I could cheat, I could take them to court, I could put them in horrible situations and they will still love me and still be right there by my side and still cleaning up my messes or my mess. But what they didn't realize is that with every action, you reacted, which there is a reaction. But they didn't understand how strong you were getting after every action they did against you. They didn't understand that you kept growing. So even that though you loved them, they didn't see that you were actually doing your research to figure out what their biggest problems were. They didn't understand that you were learning them. That's where they slipped up at. So when they got to this point in life where they said, you know what, I'm finna do the worst thing I could possibly do to this person because, you know, I got this other person in the background and I want to play around with this little toy that I got. This is what they said. This is how they look at people. They look at people as toys. So they had this new shiny toy that they wanted to play with for a little while, and they wanted to play with this toy that they got. It's like when you take a kid to the store, and even though they got all of these toys sitting up in their room, they will tell you, Daddy, I want this right here. I don't have this one. Because it's new. It's shiny. It's clean. It does different things than the other toys they got. And they want to see what it does. That was them in the relationship with you. They hopped on a new shiny toy that came around. But the problem with the new shiny toy that came around that they received was that all of the stuff on the packaging of this toy didn't actually do. And then, you know how it says batteries not included on certain toys. They didn't read the fine print at the bottom where it says batteries not included. So they got all the way to the house with this shiny new toy, and they had no batteries. So they literally had to play with this toy without what it needed to function. So now they're mad at this toy, this new toy that they got, because the new toy can't do what the toy actually said it can do. Because it has no batteries in it to do what it's actually saying it can do. The problem with this is they never could afford the batteries to go along with the toy that they had. See, when they had you had a built-in battery that recharges itself. You didn't need to go and get separate batteries from the store. Yours was built in and it recharged itself. They didn't understand that. And now they know, because they never could afford, moving on from you now, they're looking at, they never could afford the batteries to go along with this toy. So now they don't want the toy because to them the toy has gotten old. This person that they went and left you for has gotten old. Now they're looking for the toy that never gets old, that never stops running, and never stops working, which is you. Years have gone by, you're still a toy that works, but they gave you away to the Goodwill. And some rich kid came along and they enjoy you and love you, cleaned you right up, made you brand new again, fixed you right up, made sure you was in front of all of the other toys. And now they got a chance to see who got you. And they see how you look now and they want you back. The problem is you don't want to come back and you don't want them back. Because they didn't treat you very good when they had you. They used you for a second, then threw you back in the box and then played around with multiple toys that they didn't really want either. They just kept playing with those toys, with new toy after new toy and after new toy. Now, they're at the point where they got this toy that they're stuck with this toy with no batteries. They can't afford the batteries. And even with the batteries, this toy doesn't function really well because it was cheap. Made from cheap material. You were built with the strong material. That's why when they threw you away, you didn't crack, you didn't stumble, you didn't fall, no scratch was put on you. And now they're seeing that the toy that they actually went and took and took a chance on over you is actually falling apart right after they done got it. But they already done left and gave you away. So now they're stuck in their turmoil, their mess. This person showed them things that in the beginning that wasn't true, wasn't real. They're stuck in this situation. This person just continues to lie to them. And they're living in a living hell because now all they can do is go along and pretend with the lie. That's all they can do. Because if they don't pretend and go along with the lie, it'll show the truth of what they actually did when they was with you. So they pretend while in the background crying because they don't really want to pretend. They don't want this life, but they built this life for themselves. This is what they built. They wanted to play games at their own detriment. And it got them in a hole that they cannot get out of. They are stuck in this hole. With a person that doesn't have any type of drive or clues onto how they're going to get out of the hole. But they keep trying to make it look like being in that hole was better than being with you when people can clearly see they're in a hole. They're trying to make this hole look good. Like there's no hole there. Like you can't tell that they're deep down in the ground and can't get out. They're trying to dress it up like you can't see it. Create an illusion that you can't see them sitting in a hole with this other person that they thought was 10 times better than you. See, They wanted you to believe that you needed them. That's why they convicted you with no evidence, because they thought they were so good that you would believe that you were the criminal without them having evidence. They thought they could create an illusion so big that you would convict your own self with no evidence behind it. And they thought if they could do that, they could not only have this new person, but you would always be around for them to use you like resources. You were their best resource. You supplied them like a plug. Or when a house is out, you were the compressor that everything plugged into for power. They used you like that. And now that everybody is starting to see that, the whole conviction was to try to hide behind the conviction, convicting you and making you look like you were the bad guy, so other people wouldn't see that they were actually the bad guy. They pinned everything that they did onto your back and acted as if they needed to run from you. Only problem is you allowed them to run. That's where they failed at. See, they didn't expect you to allow them to run because they thought, hey, you needed them. And they thought your love showed that you truly needed them. So they clutched onto that, the love you showed, and tried to use it. And thought that, hey, I can do whatever I want. Because this person loves me and they're not going to leave because they need to love me. They need to express their love to me. They have a need for me in their life. So no matter what I do, they're going to be there. This is how they thought of you. So I have a get out of jail free card and a pass to do whatever I want, because the best thing that I have is always going to love me and need me, because they have a need to love me. That's how good your love is to people, that you actually get people thinking that they are the valuable asset in your life. People start to think that they control the love that you actually have for them. This is what happened to them. They abused their power so much that they started to believe that they actually controlled the love that you were giving to them. So when they convicted you without evidence, they stood on the fact that they thought they knew you would be back because you needed to love them. See, they thought it was a must in your life because of the way you showed love to them. They thought that that's what you needed to do. So they treated you as if you were nothing. Because they figured They need me. They blew up their own head because they thought they were needed by you. So they thought nothing that I do could make them leave. So this is why they boldly stood on all of the lies that they told with no evidence, no proof. They knew they had no evidence or proof, but they felt like they had you anyway, so they didn't need the evidence or proof. They felt like they could tell any lie they wanted to. And they felt like they can disregard anything you said and acted like you didn't even exist and acted like nothing you said mattered. That's why when you asked them, where's the proof and the evidence? They was like, oh, get off my phone. We don't need to talk about that. Like you weren't even a person. Because they thought they had you in the bag. Your need to love them was what they stood on. They didn't understand that in a relationship, there's things that happen. They didn't understand that you're going to have a set of things in a relationship that happen. And you can either choose to grow in that relationship or you can let it go. See, the more you try to grow your relationship to make it unbreakable because you thought you had a good person in them, but you never did because they wasn't focused on growing. They were focused on destroying you to the point where they can control. That's all they wanted was control over you because they wanted to do what they wanted to do in the streets and still have you. That's what they wanted. So they needed to build enough control over you, which they thought they had. They thought they controlled the love that you gave to them, that you possessed for them. That's what they thought. So since you had them thinking that they controlled your love, the love you give out, they felt they didn't need evidence. They didn't have to tell you nothing. They didn't have to make you feel like you was a person. Behind the scenes, making people feel better than they make you feel, and you're supposed to be connected to them. How you about to marry a person that don't even respect you? How you about to marry a person that's not even there for you? How you about to marry a person that acts like, oh, I could cut it off today. I could cut it off tomorrow. What are you marrying that person for? What are you connecting yourself to that person like that and in that way for if the connection could be gone in 2 seconds? But they felt like they had you. And they very well would have married you just for the control and connection and power over you. That's all they wanted. That's why they didn't act like y'all were together. And always had an excuse for everything when it came to you. Now they're gone and stuck in that hole, running from problems, lying to family and friends, pretending to still be the victim, and family and friends have been over it, crying in the background, acting like life is so good in front of people, but in the background, brokenhearted. Don't know what to do because they know they will never ever find better than you. It's never going to happen. Convicted you with no evidence. Made you have to fight for your rights and didn't commit a crime at all. They created turmoil in your life that they were doing. They pinned the problems that they were creating themselves onto you and made you have to fight the battle for it. You had to go to court for no reason. You had to get yourself out of something that you didn't even know you had. Because you didn't. It was theirs. And they pinned it on you as if you created it. And then went around acting as if you were a bad person. And now people see you were never the bad person. And now they're mad because people aren't falling for the crap anymore. People aren't willingly saying, okay, I'm going to fall for this. They're stuck in their hole. Don't know what to do. Lying to themselves. See, they wrestle with the thought of coming back and actually being real to you. They wrestle with it. And they wrestle with it because actually being real comes with them having to deal with what they actually did to you. See, they can't just come back into your life like they did nothing. They have to actually take care of the karma they created for themselves, and then they have to actually come back with truths. They don't like telling the truth. It's never been a strong suit of theirs. They don't like the truth. They don't deal with truth. They've been lying their whole life. This is why this is a hard time for them in their life, because all you stand on is business and truth. Your whole life has evidence of truth, proof of truth. Every time you put your hand on something, it grows. And there's proof behind the growth. There's no, I show you this coin and act like I got all of this, but you don't really see that I got all of this. I just tell you this and expect you to believe it. No, everything you say you got, they can come up and look, and there's proof of it. There's no lies being told. There's no games or illusion being played in your life. So this is why they look funny. Because you don't stand on the bull crap. If somebody want to run up and see and check your life facts, you can stand on everything that's done happened. You got proof of all of that. They don't. So this is why they're mad at you, because they can't do what you do. They can't stand on the facts. That's why they were so quick to run. Whole life right here, but ran away from it in 2 seconds because they don't want nobody to see the truth. You don't just up and leave. If you're really a truthful, honest person, you up and leave when you're running from something. You up and leave when you can't take what's going on. They see you still in the thick of things. You still in the same area. You didn't have to run from nothing. You ain't running from state to state. Because what are you running from? You standing on business. There ain't nothing to run from. You don't have nothing to run from when you stand on your business and you have proof behind that business. They don't. All they do is talk. Talk. Try to sell everything they say. Try to make it seem believable. You ever see somebody who be like, ready, there'd be two people ready to fight. You ever seen this? When there's two people ready to fight, and there's that one person that they fighting is like, oh man, you better stop when man, yep. Oh man, you better stop, because when I get up to 10, it's over, man. You better be done. If I turn around and you still right here, it's gonna be on. It's gonna be this and that. You ever see that person? That's them. Man, ask about me. You tell my boy right here, or my girl right here, she know about me. Ask about me in the streets. Ask about me. That's them. 20 minutes of, if I was, hey, I could take it there. You know me. 20 minutes, I can take it there. You know me, I get to 10. That's it. If I get to 10, ask my boy, my partner right here. He'll tell you when I get to 10. This, and that. That's them. And you just sitting there like, I'm about to end all of this talking right now. I'm about to end all of this talking when I throw the facts on them. Bam. That's them. Talking the whole time. No actual proof for them being as bad as they say they are. Running their mouth. Trying to intimidate you and make you scared. That's them. Oh, I stand on business. I got proof of everything I got. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, go get it. Oh, you want me to go get it, man? You already know I'm good for it. Show it to me. Show it to you. You already know. I don't even rock like that. If it ain't real, I don't even want. We'll go and get it. Show it to me. I want to see it. You need to see it. What you need to see it for? You already know who I am. You don't need to see my stuff. You already. That's them. This has been them. That's them. Every time you would ask them a question, that was them. That was them. Why are you going to work on a Saturday? You already know they working me. You know how they do me. Why ain't nobody here? Oh, they ain't behind like me. You telling me nobody at the job is behind like you? That's why it's work. That's why we go to work every day, because we behind. Oh, you know, they ain't behind like me. Wanting you to believe these lies. Never actually gave you the proof. All they ever did was talk. Run around. Never actually showed proof of anything they said. Oh, you know this and this and that. You know I'm just like this. You know I'm heat rocks and everything. You know. And when you got, it's like, are you going to show me any proof? When are you going to show me this stuff? Never. And this is what they doing to other people behind your back, talking about you. Like you so bad, but what happened to you? You so bad. You were so bad that they was glued to you for 10, 20 years. You were so bad that they just kept you around. So they finally just got the courage to leave? After 10, 20 years? But knowing you was bad all of this time? It just don't add up. And people be looking at them like, but you stayed, like, you was there. Every time we seen you didn't seem like you was mad or in duress or anything. Like, if they was that bad, why you stayed? You should the moment you started to see this stuff, you should have been gone, or a little bit after it. You stayed for years after what you say happened. I'm not getting it. This is what people don't understand with them. That's why people want proof and they have none. Because why listen to the dumb stuff? It don't add up. I'm going to be here for 20 years, but this person is so horrible. They did me like this. They did me like this. They had me like this. I was just a victim. Oh, I went through this and I went through that. Oh, so now they that bad, but you telling me now they just letting you live. If they so bad, I'm pretty sure they probably be stalking you or something. The way you acting like you were just such a victim and this and you went through so much. Why ain't they stalking you? Why ain't they coming after you? Why do you seem safe? Why do you seem so safe if they so bad like you saying they are? This is when they get mad at the person because the person looking for proof. You see, they want people to just be on their side and back them. No proof, no evidence. No proof, no evidence. They are stuck. Turmoil, madness, sadness, angry every day. Pretending. Just think how you feel in a pretend life where you have to put on a smile that you don't feel. Just think. You got to put on that smile that you don't actually feel inside every day because you don't want nothing to come out about you. But it's already out because people can clearly see. They're not dumb. This person's so bad, never convicted of crime, never actually went to any jail or anything for what you saying happened. They're so bad you don't even show up. Can somebody tell me what are you staying for? If they're that bad? If they were that bad, you telling me they were this bad, how are you so safe right now? If they so bad, how are you okay right now? Why ain't they stalking you? Why ain't they around? Why ain't they did anything to you if they so bad? This is what they saying about you. You so bad. But somehow you ain't stalked, you ain't cared, you don't call, you don't... All of this stuff they telling people you was about, you never did. This is what they hate about you or dislike about you is that you stood on business and you got up out of there. Because the whole time they was lying behind the scenes, acting like they didn't want you, didn't care, and you was the one chasing. And when you figured it out, you stopped. You was done with them. Like, okay, you want to play games and pretend I'm this bad person. I'm gonna stop. People can see that now, that you stopped. That's what's hurting them. Because they played and act like they needed help. Like they was wronged or something. And you never had any clue of this in the background. You never knew they was behind your back talking about you, acting like you was a bad person. You didn't know. That's why you was there. And they needed to keep it clueless to you. They needed to keep it clueless to you. And they kept it clueless to you. So they could keep playing both sides. It just so happened that the people wanted evidence. It so happened that sooner or later the people stopped just believing in words being said and wanted some proof being shown. That's when they had to get up and run. That's when they had to get out of there. Because the lies weren't working anymore. The facade, the fake victimizing, the fake I'm in trouble and I'm running from this person. The fake act that they were putting on wasn't working anymore. That's when they wanted to make you look bad. They was like, they had it all planned out too. Restraining orders and everything planned out for your life to make you look like you was a bad person. Oh, I'll take them to court and put this on them. Then, my whole family will be looking at me. I'll be in the back crying and acting like this, and that. You ain't never did nothing that deserved a restraining order. You ain't never did nothing that deserved you to be convicted to them. They trying to get you thrown in jail. Because they can't take the fact that they got caught up in their acts of cheating on you, that you put 2 and 2 together. They can't take the fact that you smart enough to put 2 and 2 together. So they running from their own problems. Can't take the fact that you smart enough to put this puzzle piece in the right place. And figure out how sneaky and slimy they were. They don't like that. You destroyed their whole confidence because their confidence rested on you being gullible and allowing them to do what they wanted to do. That's what it rested on. They don't have any confidence no more because now they can't get you all caught up in your feelings and in your head and thinking, and they can't do that no more. They can't even call you. So the act is on in front of people, pretending like they so happy because that's all they have to stand on now. They got to pretend like their life is good. They thought money was going to make their life good. They thought all they needed was some money, somebody with some money. That's all they needed. They figured out wrong. Now they stuck. They in hurt. They in pain. They don't know what to do. Lost in their own actions. All you did was play. You played along. You played along with what they had going. They acted like they was scared of you. You was like, okay, you so scared. Okay, I'm going to let you go. Get away from me. I'm the scary guy. I'm the boogeyman. Go get away from me. You protected yourself and God protected you. And all you did was walk away and change your life and change the locks so they can come back. Change the locks. They can't come back in. And that's what messed up. You changing the locks to your life messed up their whole plan. Because they didn't have a plan B for if you changed the locks. They didn't have no plan for that. There was no plan for the locks changing. There was only plans for you continuing to be gullible and dumb to what they had going on. But they didn't understand how you played along so well. You even made them believe, hey, yeah, I believe you. I don't know how that happened to you. I don't know how you got this and this and happened. You should probably go and check that out again. Because they probably lying. You knew they was lying the whole time, but you played along with it. And this is just to see how dumb they was and just to see how much they thought they had power. You wanted to see that. You played along with it. Like, oh, they think they got power. I'm going to play along to make them think they got some type of power over me. I'm going to play along. And then as soon as they on that carpet, I'm going to pull it right up from under them. And that's exactly what you did. That's exactly what you did. They still lying to family and friends. Why? Well, if they was this bad, why didn't they get convicted? Why didn't this happen to them? Why didn't this happen to them? Because I didn't go through with it, and then this and if I had did this and did that, they would have really been hurt, and then, so I kind of saved them. That's the deal. I'm trying to make their families and friends believe that they actually a good person. I kind of saved them. I didn't want to, they are, father to my children or mother to my children, so I had to save them. Whole time they was trying to put you under the ground. But yet they telling people, I had to save them, so they can save their own face. If I had did this, and I had said this, and I had put this, when they already put all lies on trying to convict you in the first place. You read the paper. Oh, they drunk here, and they did this. They pulled up with this, and they had this, and they was over here. You ain't did none of this. You probably was reading the paper like, when did I do all of this? I pulled up, and that was it. You saying I had this? Wow, this story is interesting. You was reading the story that they gave the law. You was like, I'm trying to figure out when I had all of this, and when I pulled up with all of this, and when I did all of this, and convicted with no evidence. They tried to convict you with no evidence. Sad, huh? Now they stuck. And life is miserable. Because instead of actually getting their life on track, they're still pretending. And my God doesn't like a pretender. So, how do you connect with my God when my God doesn't like pretenders? So who are they connecting with? Yeah. They swear they connected to something. They connected to something, but it ain't God. And they'll tell everybody, oh, I'm so holy. I'm so this. I'm so that. Oh, everything. He covers me every day. The fakeness just don't stop. Oh, I'm the head of this, and I'm just so covered. Try to make the lies believable. Try to pretend like they really changed their life around. But didn't take care of all of the heavy lifting. They leave the heavy lifting behind and try to act like, oh, I'm good. I won't take care of this part, the part that really needs to be taken care of. But I'll take care of the part where I can act like I did everything. I'll just do that. I'll act like I changed my whole life and I grew up and I did, But the heavy lifting, the part where I actually have to admit to my wrongs and correct things, I don't want that, God. Give that to somebody else. I don't want it. I want the part where I look good and I look like the hero in the end. That's all I want. All right, guys. That's been my video. You guys have been amazing, man. Been amazing. I love you guys. I love you guys, man. All of my subscribers, I love you guys. I couldn't ask for enough. But it is amazing what's going on in these people's life and what God is showing me. It is amazing. So that's my video, guys. I hope everybody's doing the shadow work. I hope everybody's loving each other and taking care of their loved ones and taking care of their responsibilities in general, doing all of the stuff they need to do that's going to create a better living for themselves and the ones they're responsible for. So that's what I pray for. That's what I look for. I do offer counseling. and I always try to say that. So if you need counseling, just hit me in the comments. I got a Facebook, and that's the only reason I got a Facebook. You won't find many pictures or anything of me on that Facebook because my Facebook is for business. We can do video calls on that Facebook, so I use it for that. It's basically a business for me. So I may talk to you here and there on there, but mainly I try to do the counseling on there. We can exchange Cashapp or whatever, and then we go from there on the Facebook, and we can do video calls, or we can even do calls, a voice call, and I can counsel you like that. And I do life coaching as well. So that's what I'm getting into right now, and I keep trying to put it out there because I know a lot of people want it from me, but a lot of people have yet to get in touch with me or know how to get in touch with me. I don't leave stuff in the description box like my number and stuff because last time I left something, somebody tried to go into my accounts and steal money. So I'm not going to leave any type of important anything. If you want to get in touch with me, leave a comment on something, and I'll check the comment out, and we can get in touch and go from there. So I really thank you guys. The live was lit. I thank you guys. That live was lit. I like the last live. Had a lot of good convo on there, and we just was vibing out, and I love that. That's how I like my lives, is for people to vibe out, ask questions. That's what I'm mainly here, is to test the temperature, and see what's going on in people's lives and really try to help people. So the live is really helpful because it's helping you. It's like, hey, it's almost like a one-on-one session, but it's not. So it's really helpful to people because you get to interact with me personally, and I get to really answer your questions without having to come to actually get a one-on-one session. And I would love a one-on-one session with you guys, so come and we could do that too. I take payment for those one-on-one sessions. That's all. But I would love a one-on-one session. That's where I get to really dig deep into your life and actually figure out what we need to work on. So thankful for all of you guys. Prayer, if you need prayer, go in the short, throw your prayer in there and tell me what you needed on, what you wanted for yourself or for whoever, and I'll pray for them. Throw something in the Cash App if you can, and that if it's on your heart, you don't have to. If it's not, I'm good with it. Still love you. But that has been my video. I appreciate all of the people who came to watch it and who's going to come to watch it. I hope the best for you. Continue to pray for me as I pray for you. This has been another one from your boy Big 7, and I am